All right, welcome to yoga. I'm recording this maybe to share. Here with my friend Rich, doing Zoom yoga on a Thursday afternoon, and we're going to find our center, where is a place to just really begin. We could just measure down, bring the hands to the front of the hip crease, keep the chest a little bit forward, walk the hands down the legs, just to put two fists between the feet and palms flat on the ground, and folding down into the shape of a seat. The sensation in the hands would be a rooting of the palms, fingers spread wide, with a sense of rising like a pancake off the earth. The inhales, you could soften chest up, bend the knees. The exhale, maybe folding down, head going loose, maybe chin tucking. And feel the balance of the weight between the hands and the feet. We arrive in this position, literally like a seed. You can envision in the feet a rootedness. And you could notice in the arch of the foot a sense of rising. And then with your head and your arms heavy, we'll take 3 breaths up to stand. Think about just softly straightening legs to rise. Maybe a little sway on the exhale. Stay lifted in the arches. Inhale 2/3 of the way up. Keep the chin tucked. And when you inhale to stand, you could soften shoulders backwards. Turn off notifications on your phone. And we'll try and find center. So I'm in this with you because I'm awake. It's during the day. I need to write a proposal for a garden. I need to find my center because I can't go forward anywhere else but my center. So I'll find my feet parallel. Bring my hands just to my elbows and put my head in a picture frame. And just arrive in this place. Immediately I'll find a little sway in the legs. Really just to explore all the ways I might move. But I'm exploring a literal, like a polarity in my hips between left and right. A polarity in my shoulders between left and right. And I'm breathing into the rib cage through the nose. And inhale, filling ribs. Exhale, push it out. With every inhale, you're filling up. You're drawing in the breath through the nose, through the top of the head. On the exhale, you're both rooting down and you're shooting out. You're shooting the elbows up while also pulling the shoulders down. We gaze our right eye off to the left. We can look at our first nature or our lunar nature. On the exhale, if we bring our right eye or our left eye to look to the right, we'll see our solar nature. And if we find center in between left and right, we find our stellar nature. And we could interlace our fingers and press up King of the Mountain. You could bring the feet all the way together. You could press a block up, or just push the palms up. And then find yourself. Again, in the feet all the way together. And if you can, figure out how to keep hips square forward, keep shoulders square forward, heart forward, shoulders relaxed, palms pressing up. And we'll arrive somehow finding our center in between left and right. Also our center between back and forward. And you can feel this in your feet. But when you're in the ball of your foot, you're moving into the future, into potential. When you're in your heel, you're moving into memories, into the past. Your hips will reflect this. And when you find your center, you'll find equal balance between the ball and the heel. And you'll find a lift from the arch of the foot that you can feel all the way up through to your perineum. A lift that actually can lift the top of your head towards the sky. On your next inhale, imagine a fire growing in your low back. The breath is feeding the fire as it rises up your back, building heat. On exhale, envision water, like a waterfall in front of you, almost like you're behind a waterfall, gazing out at the sun, the future. Inhale, fire rises up your back. Exhale, water descends down the front. Inhale, fire rises like effort. Effort rises like fire. Through the past you create in every moment. Exhale, grace in front of us descends like water in our future. One more time, fire rises. Exhale, bend the elbows, grace descends, catch it in your palms. As you reach forward and fold down, hands either to the block you just had or interlaced, pressing down in the same position you had them raised. If you bend your knees deeply, you probably could get your head closer to your shins. And just release. Be here in the fold. And on an inhale, lift the chest, look forward. Maybe press the palms forward just to stand up. From your center, from your third nature, remembering that the whole class, release the arms, is to help us balance polarity, to help us to find the center of our sphere. If we inhale to the left, we see that we draw a line both in front of and behind us. If we go to the right, it's the same thing. And really, we're just trying to stay centered. Bring the arms up. Trying to find a way to stay centered and open within our own place in our body, within the center of our own particular embodiment, knowing that it's our vision that looks forward, it's our heart that comes forward, it's our shoulders that relax, right? It's the two legs we have where we find stability. So we're going to leverage everything we have and everything we can to create a sense of radiance inside the body, a sense of openness, remembering that yoga is about cleaning things out. It's about cleaning the body out so that it can be more receptive to being filled up with good things for us. So you shake the hands. And let's just start breathing in and out quickly through the nose. Good, reach out. Take a big inhale. Open the feet hips distance. On an exhale, reach forward. Fold down, maybe fingers under the chin. All the way down. And you could put palms under feet or just keep them flat on the ground. Starting to integrate your legs with the fold. And knowing that you could bend the knees deeply and extend the chest on the inhale. On the exhale, you could press down, fold down. Doing that a couple times before releasing the hands. And finding your fold, finding a pressing in the ball of the feet, lengthening of the hamstrings. Maybe let the chest sway slightly. Then on an inhale, lift your chest, reach your arms forward. Right, I just opened my left hip. Then exhale, bring your arms back. Inhale, head into hands. And then use your legs. Your legs are your stability to stand up. On an exhale, pull the elbows back. And again, find your center. Remember that you have a plumb line from the top of your head to the bottom of your hips, the ground in between the feet. That you are like a tree connected both to the earth and to upward growth. Inhale left and right. Just a couple times finding center. Good, and then press up, king of the mountain. Maybe even lift the heels slightly. On the exhale, fold it down. Fingers under chin. Ribs to thighs, hands to heels, head down. Bend the knees on an inhale. Look forward or just down. Exhale, fold. Use the legs to open the neck and the shoulders. One more time. Exhale, fold. And on the next inhale, release the hands. We'll exhale, walk back. Down dog. Knees bent deeply. Hips lifted. And ride the pose. Ride the pose with the breath, with the movements. Trying to find a sense of balancing in between hands and feet, left and right. There's a sense of pulling the hips away from the hands, putting more weight into the legs. And on the inhale to plank, exhale, knees down, hips above knees, hands under shoulders, flip wrists, or not, and just start, kicking. I like to bring the pinky side of the foot down, inhale and exhale. It's just a little interlude to really get the hips to start opening. But knowing that this unlocks the pelvic floor is what connects to the whole spine. It's where our ability meets our stability. You just kick it up and down. It's really about striking your tailbone. If you're throwing a frisbee, you're lighting a match, you're enlivening your fire, your furnace, your engine. Go ahead and just do some circles. Or you might come into a little bit of an angle with the wrists. You can spin the other way. Good. Flip the wrists, sit the heels, hips to heels. Keep the chest lifted. Sit for a minute. Just remember, we are in the driver's seat going forward. So we bring our heart forward. We neutralize our hips. Remember, even seated, we are a sphere. And the trick is always to come forward and go off to the right. We're all spinning to 2 o'clock. as if we're the center of a clock, which means 12 o'clock is in front, 6 is behind, 9 is on the left, 3 is on the right. Heart to 2. So bring the hands just to the shoulders, and just inhale and exhale. Try and straight tailbone a little bit. Try to make this move rise from the hips, from the same motion of having struck the tailbone earlier. Good, reach it up, hook the thumbs. Maybe a little twist, see how your torso is moving. But we want to make this a big sphere all the way around us. Hands to knees, just kick a couple times. This is cat-cow. You can do circles. You can go forward and back. We'll take it to cat-cow. Good. And then walk the hands forward. It's a little bit of a puppy pose. Just to bring pubis bone down, elbows by ribs, cobra pose up. Let's do this 3 times. Exhale down. You don't want to use the arms too much. Pinky side of the foot rolls to the ground. Pubis bone presses down to rise up, hugging belly in. Exhale down. One more time up. And down dog. 5 breaths. Try and get your feet parallel, hips distance apart. Same with the hands, fingers spread wide, palms lifting. Arches of the feet lifting. Grounding on the exhales. Maybe a domed plank on the inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look between the hands. And step your right leg forward. Right leg lunge. Right knee and right armpit. And press the left heel back. We're starting to explore fit. You can lower down the left knee. Untuck the toes. Press the top of the left foot to make sure you have good connection. You're not collapsing in the knee. You can inhale up. I prefer hands behind the head. Let's find our breath here. Feeling the rib cage. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step forward. Find a fold. Chin towards shins, hips lifted up. And then hands on elbows, bend the knees. Lift chest parallel to the earth. Exhale to stay. Inhale, bring the heart forward. Look forward. Exhale, stand up. Find your center. Elbows pulling up. Legs rooting down. Everything engaging. Then we'll take it. Let's just do arms up and down a couple times. Inhale. Exhale. You can even walk around a little bit. Hold it up. And then just shift your head side to side. Put yourself in a perfect framework to twist the head side to side. Don't hurt yourself, but it feels kind of nice. Especially if you're locked up, like me. We'll find a chair. We want to land armpits and knees. That's our goal. We fold, grab opposite ankles, pull elbows apart. Maybe push knees into armpits while lengthening the legs. Good, and then release. We'll lift the right leg, step it back to the lunge. And press the heel back. And then just explore being comfortable here. You could always use blocks for this. Eventually lower right knee and press the pinky side of the back foot, just to really make sure there's weight going to the top of the back foot. We could inhale up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Hands could be on the leg. It could be behind the head. Make sure your legs are hips distance apart so you're not on a tightrope. And just try and find center and breathe there. Breathing both up and down your center line, your etheric tube. Also circulating the breath through the body. Trying to clean and correct imbalances within. Eventually reach arms up. Exhale them down. Tuck back toes to down dog. From here, inhale to plank. You could go to up dog or upward plank. Exhale back. Try upward plank, so keep the legs lifted. Inhale, you tuck the tail forward, lift the chest up. Exhale back. Think about lengthening, also internally connecting. Inhale through and up. Exhale back. One more time. Good, and just breathe into your dog. At this point, I really enjoy putting one of the hands behind my back. We could bring it to plank. We could bring it back. Because it really is about creating good tripods, good trinities. And then we'll go back again. And then bend the knees deeply, look between the hands. Step or jump to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. You can inhale up to stand any way you like, heart leading the way. On the exhale, a little bit of a back bend, strong legs. Good, and find center just for a moment. You can roll the shoulders. We'll do something funny for a minute. So, put your arms out. And you bring it behind you either to fist bump or to interlace. or to reverse namaste. You want your arms flat, parallel to the earth like a coat hanger. And just inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, put it out. So really just to open the lungs, in and out. Good, then release, reach it up. Feel it literally cleaning out your ability to articulate. Arms down by the sides. Interlace behind your back. It's going to get a little hard, but it'll help us see where we're going. We want feet all the way together. And sit the hips into a chair and release the arms over the head, folding down. Ideally, palms together. You can inhale, drop the hands length of the chest, come all the way up. Do a little back bend. Exhale. Good, inhale, back to center, switch the grip, and fold. One more time, inhale, lift the chest, come up. You can push the fists into the hips. Back bend. And we'll fold it right back down. We're going to try and get the hands around the butt. I don't know if I got it. Keep them interlaced. And then very gently, if you can, step the arch of the foot on the hand with the ball of the foot pressing down. Now we're in a deep fold. You could also just have your palms under your heels or really anything. We're just going to exhale, fold, straight legs. Inhale, bend forward. This is just a deep form of what we've been doing the whole time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend forward. Armpits and knees. And fold down again. And see if you can walk the feet behind you. Feet together. Your inhale would be king of the meadow. Right, chair pose. To king of the mountain. And hold it up. Put yourself in between the future and the past. Feel a sense of internal strength that helps hold you up in gravity. Feel also a softness, sense of effortlessness within your human embodiment. You could let the arms come down and just fold down again. Make sure you come to the front of the mat. You can find a flat-footed squat. Good, elbows into knees. But now this is easy if we just have the hands beneath the feet. So we're going to use this to get back to a lunge. So press the weight in your right foot, lift the left leg, standing split. And stay here, keep the hips parallel to the earth. You could use a block if you'd like. So here you want a slight micro bend in the standing leg. One more inhale. On the exhale, walk your hands to your foot as you step left foot back. Right back to a lunge. And just explore the position. You can want the back heel pressing back, the front knee softening forward. Maybe a high lunge today. Make sure you're not on a tightrope. You want hips distance, or your legs, feet hips distance apart, arms down. Let's inhale to an easy twist. So left hand down or on a block, right arm up, twisting from the spine. And exhale, just fold right elbow in, right hand to right thigh. Stay in the lunge. Keep the big toe mound rooted, the right foot. And then use your arm to twist to the right. Keep the back heel pressed back. Good. And then on exhale, either put your right elbow on the leg or put the palm right next to the right foot. Left heel down. Side angle. You fold in. And if you can get knee and shoulder together, it's quite a magical fit. You might also flip the wrist and put the arch of the foot on the wrist. It's up to you. Left bicep to ear. Externally rotating in the hips. And this is deep cleaning now. Trying to breathe in it. Be in a position that opens up the breath. And then inhale, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Just cleaning out our hips. Inhale. Exhale. Let's reverse it once. Left hand behind the back. Exhale. Triangle pose. Right side, ideally using a block. Keep a long torso. Everything's rotating back. Getting length. Opening up capacity in the lungs. Shoulders stay soft. The palm is the same, it's rooting, but it's rising. Pancake. You can feel tightness leaving the left shoulder, be tingling in the left fingertips. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring both hands down. And pop the back heel. Good. And let's do one more easy twist. Let's exhale, bring left knee down. Untuck toes. Straighten right leg for a moment. Heart looks forward, half Hanuman. Fold down. Good. Come forward again. Tuck the back toes. Standing split right leg. And if you still have energy left in the leg, you could open to a half moon. Left hip over right. And come back to squat. Good job. There's a lot left side. We'll do it again I'll do it from a slightly different angle. So from the squat, we would entrust the left leg with our weight, our stability. Straightening left leg, lifting right leg, hips square, parallel to the earth. And deepening the breath. Eventually walking your hands to the foot and stepping the foot back, right foot back. At the first move here, you're really just getting your lunge, getting your left armpit and left knee to connect, powering up the back leg, making sure you're not on a tight rope. And then explore, we did a little bit of a power move first, which is high lunge. But I'm always trying to get centered, work around some locked up areas, hands down. We took it to side angle. So it's a deep pose, but we're pretty open. So connect shoulder and knee, roll the back foot down. You could also have elbow, a knee here, side angle. We're really just trying to breathe calmly and deeply while opening up the hips and also opening the rib cage. Softening the top of the head long. Always thinking about our center line. If your arm and your knee connect, your knee presses your arm. And then on an inhale, we'll come to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Just to help it relax for a moment. Then think about rooting the ball of the foot while lifting the arch. Soften strongly. Soften strongly into warrior two. Tall torso. Inhale, try and lighten it up. Exhale, sink it in. Right hand behind the back. Inhale, reverse. Straighten front leg. Now get your block handy. Left side triangle pose. Whatever height feels good. Hopefully you have a block so you can relax left shoulder. Stack right above it. You're going to be very strong in the legs internally. Avoid hyperextending, but really be strong and straight. And find your breath. Remember, the practice is all about finding a trinity within the polarity of life, so we can find our personal balance. We can improve our nature, our outlook. Every breath having the potential to both clean us out and fill us up. Somehow always finding our center also helps us, or rather requires us to see that every thought is also every thought is filtered through the body like the breath. Breath can carry thought, intention. And then one more inhale. And exhale, fold both arms down. You can pop the back heel. Left side lunge. Just arrive here. And you could just lower the back knee down. Untuck the toes. I'll do a little differently. Oh no, easy twist. So press the heel back. Right arm down, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, unfold the left arm to left knee. Then maybe with a very strong back leg, inhale, twist from the hips to the torso, up to the left. Good. And then lower down the back knee, straighten front leg, keep the chest lifted. Fold half Hanuma. Again, armpit and knee are connecting. Good. And then hands frame the front foot. We power up the back leg. We're going to go to, ideally you have a block in front. We'll just go to standing split. It's about being soft and also strong in the standing leg. Eventually, if it's in your practice, you could stack right hip on left. Really, this is another triangle. Good, and then standing to squat. Oh my gosh, good work. It's a lot for each side. And we're going to take it back to vinyasa. You can just walk the legs back or jump down dog. You can inhale, upward dog on top of the feet or upward plank. Find down dog. Find your breath. Good, and then find plank. Lower down knees. Tuck toe, child's pose. Come forward, hips above knees, arms walk out. Puppy pose. Forehead rest down. Bring intentionality maybe to your breath. And come to Sphinx. Heels press back. Toes untuck. A bit of a cobra here. Keeping the hips down. Good, roll off to the left. Left palm out, right foot to left hand. And just kick into the hand. Feel the outside edge of the bottom ribs softening. Also strengthening internally. You can go back to center. I like the back bend here. You could even lift the knees. You go off to the right. Right arm out. Left foot to right hand. eventually coming back out, going to down dog. And then inhaling, back to plank, left side plank, stepping right leg behind, wild thing. Back to side plank. If you can, to one-armed plank, down dog. Good, and then bring the other hand down. Plank, side plank, stack. You can step back if you want. Back to side plank. One-armed plank, which is really down dog. And then ground both hands down dog. Lift the right leg up, stack the hip, drop the heel. Exhale, right elbow, right knee to right elbow, pigeon pose. But just tease it. Keep the left heel pressing back. Inhale it back up. It's all about left heel. Bring right leg forward, pigeon. And bring it back up, inhale. And then bring it forward. Land knee on the foot. And lower back leg. Be gentle with how you get into this. Have the pinky side of the back foot pressing down. You could always lengthen back. And with hand on the foot and the knee, try and get a little bit of a back bend. And find your breath here. You could always have a block under either your left hip or your right butt to keep your hips level. We'll take one more inhale here, remembering that the really big goal of life is bringing the heart forward. It takes a lot of effort, especially in finding, openness in the legs and the torso, in the head. A lot of effort. It takes everything to get anything. But a lot of times we do need to fold through and get over. So we can fold, pigeon. Now we're going internal. I'm just breathing in to the right hip. Remember that we're using the breath to clean. And if you liked more chest being up, you could stay there. It's your choice. You're already down, stay down. You want to play around with different angles. You might walk off to the left slightly. And you might walk it up. Now roll off. Actually, no, stay here. Get a little lean back again. People that want to touch their foot to their head can do that. But you might hook left elbow and left foot. Be able to kick. But then we're all going to keep going into the hips. Roll onto right hip. Pull the left leg forward and stack shins on top of shins. Left foot on right knee. And just sit with your left hand slightly on your left knee and just deal with it. If this is really bad, find an alternative, like you could have the leg more over here. Or you could just sit like this. But if we're really trying to get into the hips, what we're trying to do is just literally use the breath to soften hips. And they will soften, especially with just gentle pressure here. Thinking about rooting sits bones, bringing your chest up. Eventually, it's a slight back bend to reach the arms forward. Some people, can get this down, and then they can play around with actually getting the legs more stacked. So it's less cross-legged. And some people take this all the way to double pigeon. If you want that, you could do that. But this is what we're doing today. We're just playing around with, what would it take to really fold over this? Knowing that we have to be patient. We have to breathe like we're patient. But the other side of patience is also potency. It's putting our foot in it. It's kind of what the left elbow is doing here. So maybe we fold just a little bit. And then lift the left foot. Right, bring the right leg forward. And just hug the left foot in for a moment. Knee wide, shin towards chest. Set it on the side of the right foot. Good. This is a break. Take your right arm over to the left knee. If you can, extend the chest so right elbow's on the inside of right thigh. Left arm just up and over towards the right foot. And just see about folding from the hips without losing length in the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Pull right knee in. Grab it with the left elbow, right hand behind. Inhale, left arm up. Have a little back bend here. Exhale, left elbow on the outside of right knee. Press knee into elbow. Twist. Good. And then from here, you can explore any way you'd like to. How will we do this? We're going to go to down dog. How about feet forward? Now, if you're not at the front of your mat, you should get to the front of your mat. And we're going to do a little bit of a power move. So hands behind the thighs. We're going to kick our legs backwards and come forward back to here. Eventually, we'll find a squat. That will take us to down dog. You could also integrate some Navasana if you wish there was more core work. You could even take a little break and plow, knowing that you'll get a better plow later. We really like to feel each vertebrae of the spine, the way the legs really are our stability, our power. Start envisioning squat to down dog. Maybe an upward plank. Head of the elbow facing forward. Down dog. And we will prepare for pigeon. We could inhale the left leg up, stack the hip, drop the heel. Exhale, come forward to a plank, but you keep the right heel pressing back. Tease the pigeon, look forward. Inhale up. Exhale through. One more time up. Bring it through. Pigeon pose. Use the back leg to adjust. Use the back leg to pull me back slightly. Untuck those toes, roll off on the pinky side of the back foot. Trying to have the hips neutral. Slight back bend. Maybe hand on knee and foot. And thinking about the heart coming forward. Try to get as deeply and uncomfortably, I don't know, whatever, as long as it's safe, folding over the front leg. Forehead down. Using your breath to clean out the left hip. You could inhale, lift it up. Maybe walk the hands to the right slightly, twisting the torso. Good, and then as we walk it up, roll off on the left foot. Well, actually, no, you could lift it up if you want to lift the back leg up. Kick right hand into right foot. The kick potentiates a back bend. You kind of want the hips squared forward. It's very hard. And then, speaking of hard things, that become easy. Right ankle on left knee. Hand on the knee. Just breathing in it, right? This deepens this whole practice of finding somehow our center, because that requires finding our third leg, right? Combining the left and the right, which really this is. And it's probably our life's work to work through, to clean out, to enliven, to strengthen, really to create stability within a world that is very unstable, right? That's what it is to find trinity, just like the triangle in your legs between polarity of life all around us. So how do we find balanced stability? The balance between the right side and the left side. Maybe there's a fold, trying to have both sits bones rooted. Some people will sit on a blanket for this. Just breathing in here. Just explore all your angles. Try and listen to how the breath's moving. Eventually you can come up. Just bring your hands to the right knee and left ankle. Straighten your left leg. Hug your right knee in. Maybe open it out. Maybe hug the baby for a minute. Definitely don't do what I do with my neck. I'm just doing my best to try and find my center, which is why I do like spinning, but I always try and stay on my center, on my axis. And a lot of teachers yell at me for spinning, but then I found my teacher Naveen, who says everything is spinning. So spin in the right direction. Bring your right foot down by the left. Good. And find a twist. So left hand to right knee, right arm up and over. Maybe getting the elbow inside the leg and twisting and folding. Good. And then just hug the right. Now hug left knee in. Hug it. Left hand behind. So a little back bend here. Twist right elbow to left knee. Try to keep sits bones rooted. Twisting. Good. And then from here, you can just fold Dandasana once. Again, fitting ourselves like origami to clean ourselves out. Armpits, knees, hands, feet. Maybe even shrug your shoulders. Just feel how things have changed. I'm going to do two final moves. One is for going deeper inside. One is for preparing us to go forward into the world. So be careful with this if you're new to Plow. We're going to roll back to Plow. If you already know how to do it, bring feet to hands. Press the hips this way. If you're new, maybe just go to Happy Baby. We'll show that. Low back on the ground. Right, you're just exploring how your armpits and your knees fit together. How that potentiates a lengthening in the spine, alleviation of back tightness, strengthening of core. You want to try Plow. Hands to low back, elbows hug in, shoulders roll under. Keep your hips extending away from your head. Some people like knees into armpits. Hands on the legs. Some people like the legs extended. You can exit out of that one. Ready? Just lay on the back. You can also stay in it a little bit longer if you like. Plenty of time. Really, I would end the class there. So, it's time to do our wheel or bridge. We can always go back to plow if that's what we want as our final resting pose. But for now, we've got feet parallel by the hips, and a sense of rooting the feet, lifting the arches of the foot to lift the hips. Maybe reaching arms above the head. Exhale, slowly lower down. Maybe sway hips side to side. But then it's your choice where you go from here. If it's wheel, do it slowly. If it's bridge, you could bring arms underneath, interlace. If it is wheel, try to use your legs. Keep elbows and knees hugged in. Try to stay wherever you go for 5 breaths. Lower down slowly when you're ready. Bring your hands to the ribs. We'll do one more of your choice. The best, really, in my opinion, being wheel, because it takes all you've got. Your legs are straightening, your chest is pulling through the arms. You can come down. I move around more than normal because my bones are twisted. And just hug knees into the chest. Maybe roll side to side. If you roll everything off to the left hand on right knee, inhale, right arm over the head, off to the right, supine twist. Roll through center. Hug it in. So you roll off to the right. Right hand on left knee. Reaching over to the left. Eventually roll it in. You have a choice. As we finish out class, you could come to a seat, or you could decide to just go back to Plow. If it's Plow, right, the class is yours. You'll go here. You could even stay here. After class ends. Especially if the world feels intense. Or maybe you need some time alone. So if you need that, stay there. And class can finish in a different way around you. Or you just stay there and shut it off. Otherwise, we'll find a seat. We'll know that this is a class to enliven the day. It's a class to find center, to bring heart forward, to balance ourselves between all the polarities. Maybe we'll bring hands to shoulders. If we inhale to the left, we look towards the sunrise. If we exhale through center to the right, we look at the sunset. Do that a couple times. Maybe speeding it up. You could just let your hands rise to your head. Just get that feeling of a spiral action rising. And maybe find center landing there, head into hands. Feel yourself balanced on a spit in between future and past. Feel the tone of your breath as your palms come up on top of the thighs. Put yourself in the seasons. Put yourself in the day. Put yourself in your body. In the center of the grid. The patterns around you, the patterns inside you, seeking to spin in the same direction. Stay in our center of life, the center of our circumstance, within our sphere of influence. Preparing to sing our heart forward into 2 o'clock. We feel the liver around the back, pushing the heart forward as we sing a song to the future. Peace be with you. Class is over. May grace rain down in front of you. May you be grace for someone else on their path. And if you're bored, actually, you could also do Camel Pose.
Thanks, Sean.
You're welcome, Rich. How was that?
That was good. That was nice holding the pose a little longer than usual.
Which one? Like all of them?
That was nice. Yeah, that was a nice change.
Too.
What's that?
I didn't see that Aida came too. We got a long class.